Toei, Ranger Nation. You made another week, so welcome to the Ranger Week in Review, the show that goes over everything that happened here with the Power Rangers and Tokusatsu, covering everything that happened for the week, and my god, it was a lot to cover this week. Alright, so starting off with Ranger news, we're going to talk about the Pua stuff, but we also have all the movie stuff that came out last Friday, so we're going to talk about that a little bit, plus Beast Morphers is officially done now, so talk about that. Just comic news, gaming news from lots of different kinds, Battle for the Grid, Legacy Wars, Henshin, tons of stuff like that, merch news, convention news, and that is just Ranger, my friends. If you are a fan of Rwir, we're going to talk about the movie that's coming out with 01, a lot of fun merch and stuff that's coming out, so stay tuned, my writer and Sentai and Ultraman fans, because I have stuff for all of you. So grab your drink, get ready folks, kick back, relax, because the Ranger Week in Review is starting right now. Welcome to the show. My name is Ranger Liz. Thank you for joining me. Up in the headers, I'm going to have each different category that I talk about if you want to go ahead and skip ahead to any of them. But before you go, real quick, if you're a fan of Power Rangers or Rwir, I do have the 12 days of up right now. I will have links to them in the description if you want to play along. We have the 12 days of Power Rangers and new this year, the 12 days of Kamen Rider. Maybe next year I'll add on Sentai or Ultraman as well. Who knows? But those are up. Have some fun with them, guys. I have been loving seeing the replies from everybody and what they think is their favorite things. It's just to help spread a little joy. Because it's Christmas. We're all just going to spread a little joy, right? Right. Oh, speaking of, Scrazzles, the Christmas episode, Scrazzles Revenge aired. I will be honest with you, I still haven't seen it. It's Thursday night. Whoops, I mean it's Friday. I still haven't gotten a chance to watch it. Last week was really crazy. If you hadn't known, my daughter was in the hospital for a few days. She's fine now, thanks, but everything's been thrown out of whack. I haven't watched the episode yet, which is really crazy that it's Beast Morphers and I haven't, but there we go. I promise I'll catch up on it soon. But we did get an awesome image of Scrazzle shooting someone with like a tree candy cane thing, and I'm living for it, and I cannot wait to watch this episode. Let's get into this crazy like movie. Woo! We knew a movie was going to happen, but that's all we knew. Now we have a lot more information about said movie. So I did do a full video on this on Friday. I posted instead of a Ranger Week in Review. So I have a card up to it, and I'll have a link below if you want to go ahead and watch it. Talk a little bit more about it, but look, here's the brief outline. The film's plot will involve the Power Rangers traveling back in time to the 1990s. So one thing that it involves the Power Rangers traveling back. Is it the franchise is going to travel back and this is going to be like a dated movie, like X-Men, I don't know, like Days of Future Past or something, like one of those, like it's just taking place in the 70s? Is this a Power Ranger movie that just takes place in the 90s, or are we looking at potentially a team that is time traveling? At first I just thought it was the team time travel. Perhaps the actual thing is just based in 1990 and they don't travel time. It's the 90s, because it is. It's been reported that the potential director is going to be Jonathan Entwistle and the scriptwriter is going to be Patrick Burleigh. Again, check out the links and watch the video if you would like even more information, because I'm freaking out. Oh, we also heard that it could be late 2021, early 2022. Of course, hit that subscribe button and bell notification, and you'll know anytime there's new news, because I, of course, will be talking about it. Another thing to talk about is the worst of Power Rangers 2019, and that video is also now up. I put up this week. Coming up soon, we'll have the best of Power Rangers and the Ranger Year in Review, but if you like, it's one of those, we say it's the worst, but come on, we're all huge fans of the show anyway, so when we say something is the worst, we're also trying to be like, but please make it better. We still love you. Like a hint, one of them, Battle for the Grid. That was on the worst of for the launch. Now, would totally not be on the worst of if you up to the game right now. So that's kind of the theme of it if you want to go ahead and watch. If you want to watch Power Rangers episodes specifically, there is a list from Morphin Legacy Power Rangers episodes to binge before the holidays. It gives you a list of all like 8 or 10 Christmas episodes from Power Rangers if you would like to have an easy resource to go find all of them. Okay, so this next part, I'm going to talk about the stuff that came out this week with Pua. If you've kind of heard it or you don't want to hear any more about it, just take a look. This is going to be the last thing I talk about in Ranger news, so as soon as I'm done, we'll cut to comic news. So just heads up, if you don't want to have to listen to this, or you just don't want to listen to this, go ahead and skip ahead to the comic section right now. Giving all you guys a second. Okay, this week we had some really, really rough news. We've already been through the rough news that, unfortunately, Pua Magasiva took his own life back in, I think it was May. On Tuesday morning, on our time, a suppression order had been lifted and they were able to actually say some more of this stuff. And before anyone's like, but there's no proof, there's no whatever, just please read the news articles. Just 15 days prior to the suicide, he had been sentenced to 6 months supervision and 70 hours of community work for assaulting his wife. His name was suppressed until the day it was announced. The entertainer was due to go to trial in February after an incident involving his wife last year, but he reversed his not guilty plea to male assault female charge in November, and they are trying to suppress the name so it didn't get put out in public that he was actually charged with this. He pled guilty. He'd been sentenced due to this. There was proof. There is proof that this is what happened, and unfortunately he had also been multiple DUIs. They said at the end he was in, taking counseling and alcohol treatments, and if you want to read the whole article, it's kind of just the dark final days of his life, and it is a very, very rough read. And as much as it sucks talking about, I had to post it. You have to talk about it. To not include it in the news would be to cover it up as if it didn't happen. And for survivors and people out there, I can't do that. I can't just pretend it didn't happen. So there it is. Please check out the links it's the Herald from New Zealand, in their newspapers. It's where more information is, and once you go to it, there's a lot more other stories you could read as well. It's just it's a tough story overall, and that's the facts about it. I try to report facts as much as you might not want to hear it. The facts are he was charged, went through their legal system. This isn't an allegation. This isn't, someone said he did something and he can't defend himself. He was in court. Judges sentenced him to things. He did have a time to defend himself, and he was found guilty. And it's just up to all of us. It's up to all of us individually to make peace with that or do what it is. Some people are like, I'll never watch Ninja Storm again. Some people, I try to separate the actor from the character, and it's going to be hard. I get that. It's going to be really hard for some people after, hearing what they heard, but there's no wrong way to feel about it. Just process it how you will, and together we will move on. And now I'm moving on to comic news. Let's start with comic news with things that are already out. Came out this week. We had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 46. There is a preview out for it. It did come out, of course, this week, but since I didn't do the Ranger Weekend review last week, I didn't tell you the preview. The all-new Omega Rangers discover a shocking betrayal from one of their own as Safe Haven turns into a Ranger versus Ranger battleground. Not everyone will make it out alive. Again, that is out right now. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 46. So the MMPR TMNT Team Up issue 1 is out. Issue 2 is going to come out on January 8th. We did get this awesome limited edition for issue 1. It looks really cool. Please take a look. It's comicbook.com had the exclusive and has some more information on it. And then coming up in the future, specifically May 2nd, is Free Comic Book Day, and Power Rangers again will have a free comic book day presence. I believe it is for the gold supporters and above are going to get it. When it gets closer, you can always check with your comic book store if this is something that they're going to be getting, but it's going to be about the Ranger Slayer. Now, it said Ranger Slayer Origins, and I was super excited, but what it's going to be is her full origin story collected together with content from Go-Go Power Rangers 9 through 12, and the exclusive short story from the Shattered Grid Deluxe Edition. So, if you want to say, look, I've already read all of it, so there's nothing really new to it, that Shattered Grid Deluxe Edition exclusive story, I'm here for it, because I don't, the exclusive hardcover version bindings, they're too expensive for me. I already bought the books once. I can't afford another $80, to put it in a binding. oh my gosh, this is going to be great because now I am going to be able to get it. So, you know, follow me on Twitter because in May I'll be doing a giveaway for a copy of one. That's just for far down the line. Let's go to gaming news. Henshin is the Toku-inspired RPG. I feel like so many people would ask me for them, and so I always tell you, go to Henshin, go to Henshin. They had a really successful Kickstarter campaign, and they just published an update for everybody who is interested. It includes some first looks at artwork. It even has a layout, so you can kind of see what the books are going to be laid out as. They go over what they've been up to for a while, but they also want you to know they want it to be like Christmas morning when you open it, so they're not going to leak too much, because they want you to really enjoy it and be surprised whenever you get it. But from what they've shown already, it is going to be great. And they announced that they're going to be at Power Morphicon this year in 2020. So if you enjoy the game and you're going to PMC, please stop by and give them a chat. Before we talk about Battle for the Grid and Legacy Wars, I gotta talk about NWAY, the people who make both of the games. NWAY has just been acquired by Animoca Brands. I had never heard of Animoca Brands before. They've acquired NWAY for $7.69 million, of which 1.94 is in cash and 5.75 million is in shares. What this might mean for our games going forward, I have absolutely no idea. But if anything, they're still plugging out content. So let's go ahead and talk real quick about Legacy Wars, because you are going to be getting a new character, and that is Psycho Green. He's going to be an attacker, and he is epic, and if I do believe, he's probably out right now. Oh, and they also put some taunt animations out if you want to. I think you have to buy them, but if you want, they throw snowballs at each other for Christmas, and I think that's absolutely adorable. Let's move on to Battle for the Grid, though, because woohoo, Daishi on Thursday was released to everyone and came with a big patch, 1.6.2. Let me give you just a few of the quick little things for it. 1, Daishi now playable. 2, Mighty Morphin White, that skin is now also playable if you want to get those. New featured, right? Training mode, added the super meter reset toggle. They added recording and playback functionality, allowing players to record 100 seconds of input as the training mode dummy, which can then be played back against the player. That is really cool. Recording time is limited to 1,000 seconds. Go to the patch notes if you want to see everything, but this looks really fun. There's going to be throw breaks, like text are now accompanied by an appropriate visual effect, and asset cooldown indicators are now dimmed the entire time that the asset is unavailable, giving players a way to check on their assist availability during lengthy combos and also during lengthy words. If you're still wanting to pick up the game, or you're just a fan of physical copies, they are available now on Best Buy. I'm not sure if it's going to be store level or if you have to buy them online. I'm sorry about that, but check out Best Buy. It will be on there. Battle for the Grid. It's also going to have a alternate cover, which is a Best Buy exclusive. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Lord Malachite. He's always up to send me some news for things like this that I don't normally cover. Really appreciate you, man, for always helping me and Ranger Nation stay knowledgeable. If you got your game from limited run games, you might have some problems. So listen up real quick. In the PS4 version, Treforia Gold Ranger is apparently unplayable. In the Switch version, the Draken Evolution 2 and the Mighty Morphin Pink skins are unplayable. Don't have any more information on that right now. I usually, I follow Battle for the Grid's Twitter and stuff, so I really hadn't been seeing it, but thank you so much for letting me know, and it'll be on my radar now. If you guys have any more information on it, please let me know in the comments and help spread the news and information love to the rest of Ranger Nation, because the more information everybody has, the better, honestly. It's just, to me it is. Last bit of gaming news, it's a little bit of Christmas news also, because Christmas Chaos is the new monthly free scenario for Heroes of the Grid. If you're new here, every month, Heroes of the Grid, that wonderful board, the tabletop game that I still haven't gotten a chance to play, but I own the giant thing of. I'm so sorry to my wallet. I am so sorry. On the bright side, they make really great display things when you just keep all the boxes up. It's really great art. Anywho, if you want, it's the holiday season and the Power Rangers have set up a temporary base at Santa Claus's workshop in the North Pole. However, the forces of evil have been particularly naughty this year, and they may wish to strike back at jolly old Santa. Santa is Fresno Bob, and no one tell me differently, and we need to protect Fresno Bob like everything. Fresno Bob is Santa. he better be Santa in this. It's up to the Rangers to save a Christmas. It's a good thing your Ranger suits are warm. It includes special events that change the game when specific triggers occur. In addition, the scenario introduces a new ability for the command center, referred to in this scenario as Santa's Workshop. If you want to go ahead and get the entire thing, check out the link below, and you can get all of the play instructions. They are completely free. Please go take advantage of them and download them when you can. Merch news! If you've been very, very good this year, Santa might bring you something from Han Cholo, which is these amazing pieces of Ranger jewelry. Now, this is real jewelry for a real cost. This isn't like the $30 lightning bolt necklace I have on my Amazon wishlist or something. This is like $200 for a necklace, real gold, real detail. Go check them out. Very expensive, very nice. Very out of my budget. In the rest of merch news, one, Steel is still his figure, that thing right here. It is still really, really hard to find anywhere. You can find it online, maybe a few places. It's always really marked up. He's not in stock yet, okay? There's like one of him available, and it's $29.99, so just keep an eye on it. But I did find the listing for him on Amazon, which means you guys check the link, put it in a wish list, and then you can monitor it, and whenever he does finally come in stock for the normal price, you'll be one of the first ones to know, and you can get him before he gets out of stock, because he's really hard to find right now. Of course, next year he'll probably be everywhere, so that's what I'm saying. Put it in a wish list, be patient, and that way when it is at a normal price, you can go ahead and snag one. If you're looking at Wave 5, all of those over here, here is the, there's going to be 8 figures. It includes 1 Gold Ranger, 1 Silver Ranger, 2 red, 2 blue, 1 yellow of that Beast X mode, and then 1 Vargoyle. Of course, these are all subject to change, but of course Vargoyle is going to be that harder to get one, as in the 1 per pack, but have faith. I'm still finding Tronics on store shelves. You'll probably get your Vargoyle, no problem. Con news! Power Morphicon. You guys keep asking me, when's Power Morphicon gonna announce anything? And I keep saying I don't know. But hey, they did actually announce a guest before Christmas, and who is it? None other than Jason David Frank. Yes, Jason David Frank is coming back, but this year he is going to be here Saturday and Sunday. Last year he was only here for 1 day. This year he'll be there for 2. Again, take note, it's a different weekend this year, so don't just go by what it's been in months, years past. Please check out their website and you get even more information. And Ranger Stop, while I don't have the exact list right in front of me, they've been announcing quite a few more guests, I know. Nakia Burris, Kathleen Sutherland, and that Bulkin Skull, because I can't say Jason Narvi and Paul Schreier to save my life. Johnny Young Bosch. So there's a bunch of them already, so go check them out, as well as some deals. There's probably deals to get your tickets. I don't know. Ranger Stop always has deals. Just assume there's probably a deal. I need a drink. That was a lot of Ranger news. Do you need a moment before we get to Toku news? That's fine. I understand. It was a lot. We good? Awesome. Let's get in to some Toku news.